Our planet has been around for billions of years, far too long a span of time for us to comprehend. However, one radioactive element and the combined knowledge and ingenuity of scientists have allowed us to look back in time to understand the ground on which we stand. Today we follow Melody Carrion as she dives into the world of uranium dating.
Today we're going to learn about radiometric dating, but more specifically, uranium dating. But before we get into that, we have to learn some key terms. Scientists use radiometric dating in order to date particular objects. They do this by using the half-lives of chemical isotopes. Isotopes are a form of an element that have a different number of neutrons than a neutral atom. Radioisotopes are isotopes of a radioactive element. Uranium dating gives us something called an absolute date. Absolute dates are dates that are as close to the actual date of the object as possible. Absolute dates narrow down the time an object is from to a few thousand or even 100 years, rather than the regular million or even hundreds of millions of years.
There are two different forms of uranium dating. The oldest is uranium lead dating. This method is accurate, but very dangerous.
The method of uranium dating, known as uranium lead dating, uses the decay of uranium-238 into lead-206 or lead-207 in order to date back mineral deposits of zircons. The zircons have trace amounts of uranium and thorium. Both of these elements are used in both types of uranium dating. Some of the oldest zircon deposits have been dated back to 4.4 billion years ago. This has helped us indicate that there was, in fact, water on the surface of the Earth going that far back. Zircons have also been used in order to trace back certain thermal events such as volcanic activity or global warming events. Uranium-thorium dating uses the ratio between two radioisotopes in order to find the date of objects. These two radioisotopes are thorium-234 and thorium-230. This method can be used to date objects that contain calcium carbonate. Such objects include cave deposits, corals, shells, and maybe even bones. However, this method can only be used on objects that have no initial thorium content. This ensures that all the thorium content that's found within that object is a product of uranium-thorium decay, and not anything else.
Uranium dating allows us to date events and samples that we cannot normally date with methods such as carbon-12 dating. These methods allow us to look back into time periods that we don't really understand. This includes time periods from billions of years ago. That includes the Archean. This happens all the while carbon-12 dating can only allow us to look back up to 40,000 years ago.
Alas, we must conclude our adventure into the oldest form of dating ancient samples. Though there is much more to learn on this topic, we hope this has allowed all of you to gain a base level understanding of these methods.